I am Nasir, a scholar and merchant well-versed in the intricacies of Islamic states both past and present. Welcome to my humble abode, dear students. Please take a seat on these cushions. We have much to discuss today. Firstly, you should understand the origins of Islamic states. The rise of Islam is fundamentally intertwined with the Prophet Muhammad's mission in the 7th century. His message unified the tribes of Arabia, and soon, under the Rashidun caliphs, Islam expanded through conquest. The Umayyad Caliphate further pushed the boundaries, reaching Spain in the west and Sind in the east. Now, let's focus on the Abbasid Caliphate, which emerged after overthrowing the Umayyads. Baghdad was its glorious capital, a beacon of knowledge and wealth, where scholars of every discipline congregated. Yet over time, the empire weakened due to internal strife, economic difficulties, and invasions like those of the Mongols and Crusaders. As the Abbasid Caliphate fragmented, new Islamic entities took shape. Most of these were dominated by Turkic peoples, the Seljuks, for instance. Have any of you traded with a Seljuk merchant or read a text by a Seljuk scholar? Their empire stretched from Anatolia to Persia, and they even held the Abbasid Caliphate under their protectorate for a time. Their system of governance was different. They were organized more like a confederation of tribes rather than a centralized state. In Egypt, after the fall of the Fatimids, the Mamluks took power. They were originally slave soldiers but rose through the ranks. Their reign brought stability and an impressive series of victories against the Crusaders and Mongols. The Mamluks were patrons of art and architecture, and their works still decorate Cairo to this day. Before I proceed to the spread of Islam through merchants and mystics, let me share with you the ordeals and encounters of the Crusades, for they too have left an indelible mark upon our lands. As an elderly Seljuk soldier, I have witnessed the fervor and turmoil brought forth by these invasions. The Crusades, initiated by the Christian states of Europe, were a series of religious wars with the proclaimed objective of reclaiming the Holy Lands. Yet, they bore profound consequences for the Islamic states. My own Seljuk kin confronted the First Crusade at the Battle of Dorylaeum, where our tactics of mobility and archery met the heavy cavalry of the Franks. It was during these conflicts that we saw the rise and fall of leaders, the shifting of alliances, and the resilience of our peoples. The Crusader states, established in our heartlands, were a foreign presence that continuously sparked resistance. Our encounters with the Crusaders taught us much about our own strengths and weaknesses, and indeed how the unity of the Ummah could be fractured or fortified in the face of external threats. In this crucible of conflict, innovation was born not only in warfare but also in diplomacy, as we engaged in dialogues, treaties, and sometimes even alliances with our adversaries. The exchange went beyond the battlefield, influencing our art, medicine, and even culinary traditions. As we remember the Seljuks and the Mamluks, it is crucial to acknowledge the crucible of the Crusades. It was an era that tested our mettle, our faith, and our capacity to adapt. The repercussions of these prolonged conflicts echo in the annals of history, shaping the course of Islamic states and indeed the wider world. Further east in the Indian subcontinent, the Delhi Sultanates emerged, capturing lands from indigenous Hindu and Buddhist kingdoms. They brought not just political rule, but also cultural changes, introducing Persian language and Islamic jurisprudence to the region. But we mustn't forget how Islam spread. Conquest was only part of it. Merchants like myself played a crucial role. As we traveled the Silk Road or navigated the Indian Ocean, we also brought our faith with us. New communities were often receptive to Islam because it came with the benefits of trade and a legal framework that many found appealing. Sufis and missionaries were also agents of change. They reached the hearts of the people by addressing their spiritual needs. Sufis like Ibn Arabi, born not too far from here in Andalusia, focused on the mystic aspects of Islam, attracting followers from diverse backgrounds. To sum up, dear students, Islamic states rose due to a blend of religious fervor, military conquest, and socio-political acumen. As the Abbasid Caliphate waned, new political entities took its place, displaying a fascinating mix of continuity, innovation, and diversity. These states thrived not just by the sword, but also by the word, through law, trade, and spirituality.